largest Ethereum mining pool, Ethermine, stops processing Tornado Cash transactions. You guys know how I feel about this. I think overall, from a principled standpoint, me personally, and not financial advice, and just purely from the tech and what cryptocurrency is supposed to allow us to do, this is in the wrong direction. And of course, it's going to be utilized to essentially, it's going to be utilized in a way to drive fear and uncertainty surrounding cryptocurrency as it pertains to illegal activity, which is the entire point of this attack, right? And Ethermine's no stranger to participating in sanctions or any sort of regulation, and cooperating with the states or the nation state in general, whatever nation state that may be, and whichever one they decide to adhere to appears to be up to them and solely up to them. And unfortunately, they control a majority of the hash rate for Ethereum. But I guess that doesn't become a huge problem later on down the line once the merge is through, unless you're going to continue to utilize Ethermine for one of their alternative coins, which they're trying to push, of course, here recently, or participate within their staking mechanism, which I would highly advise against, because as we've already seen, right, a big issue is going to be censorship once it moves proof of stake, and censorship will be easier. And if Ethermine is one of the larger staking options, and they have already shown their hand as far as how they want to participate within cryptocurrency, which is enabling censorship and regulation, then we shouldn't trust them with staking either. That being said, they have stopped processing Tornado Cash transactions. And the previous example that I talked about, of course, was them basically blocking any sort of Russian IPs from mining with Ethermine, which I am against principally because, once again, we are talking about the people of Russia versus the government of Russia. And I don't think that you should punish the people for the actions of their government. The largest Ethereum mining pool, Ethermine, stopped processing transactions from crypto mixer Tornado Cash related addresses around August 11th, according to the crypto analyst Taking the Storm. Crypto media site Crypto Slate said the last transaction from Tornado Cash that Ethermine processed was on August 9th. Ethermine has so far not publicly announced it has banned Tornado Cash, nor has it responded to Forecast's request for comment. Tornado Cash is a protocol on Ethereum that allows users to hide the origin of destination funds by mixing coins of multiple users before sending them to their destination addresses. Several decentralized applications on the Ethereum blockchain have started banning users who receive transactions from Tornado Cash after the U.S. Treasury Department announced sanctions against the protocol, including crypto trading platforms of Circle, DYDX, Aave, Uniswap, and Balancer. The sanction over Tornado Cash has been controversial, and opponents say the protocol protects transaction privacy, while the supporters argue it's a money laundering tool for crimes. Once again, this is just an age-old attack. We've seen it since the 90s in the digital space, where, you know, email encryption is wrong because terrorists use it, and the government is going to protect you and come in, and, you know, you need daddy government to protect you, and you should just give up all your right to privacy, etc. And in relation to this, and I just don't agree with that from a principled standpoint, and I don't agree with it working its way into the attacks on cryptocurrency, which seem to be more and more frequent as we move on. And this inevitably ends up at the end of the day being an argument against cryptocurrency as a whole, unless it's a cryptocurrency that is, of course, controlled by any given nation state. And those would be, of course, something along the lines of the CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies. They will use the fear and uncertainty and doubt surrounding cryptocurrency and tell you that only evil people are using it, and you should use the good currency that they have created and have complete control over, so that they can basically become as inflationary as possible. And I think that this is the dangerous road that we are going down when it comes into question of whether people should have the right to own their cryptocurrency and keep it private and interact and transact privately with each other, which I think you should have that. Morgan Stanley says that the tightening in the crypto market has paused. This is apparently good news. It doesn't feel like it though today, like I said, because of the prices of cryptocurrency are coming down. While the market cap of stablecoins, an indicator of crypto liquidity, has stopped falling, demand for leverage has yet to start recovering, the bank said. Institutional investors have stopped redeeming stablecoins and the coin's market cap, an indicator of liquidity in the crypto market, has stopped falling. Even so, there appears to be little demand for positions to be rebuilt, Morgan Stanley said in a research report on Friday. Last week was the first time since April that the market cap of the coins, cryptocurrencies whose value is tied to real-world assets such as gold or national currencies, didn't drop on a monthly basis, according to the report. While it is still 20% below its peak, this may be a sign that extreme institutional deleveraging appears to have paused for now. With central banks continuing to tighten monetary policy, there isn't much demand to borrow to finance crypto investments, the bank said, noting that lending on decentralized finance platforms is down 70% this year. And it'll probably come down more, especially as we see what happens with the Bender DAO, right? So this does actually maybe even bode well in the long run, or the kind of medium run, I suppose, for cryptocurrency in the near future, kind of near to long-term future, because if we do have these liquidations of all of these loaned out NFTs, yes, initially it'll be very painful, but overall I think that it ends up playing in favor for cryptocurrency over the long run. DeFi is an umbrella term used for lending, trading, and other financial activities carried out on a blockchain without the use of traditional intermediaries. Morgan Stanley says it will be difficult for this crypto cycle to bottom without fiat leveraging growing or crypto leverage growing. Demand for leverage in the crypto industry remains subdued, and as Ether has rallied, margin calls on crypto borrowers have paused, the note said. But of course, we're coming back down, which means what? Margin calls start to return, and that is a possibility. The bank notes that redemptions of the stablecoin Tether have stopped, and its market issuance has actually risen in the last week, increasing $1.7 billion in 10 days. Conversely, the market cap of USD coin, USDC, the second largest stablecoin, has dropped $2.6 billion since the start of July. The fall in USDC market cap started ahead of the regulatory changes and looks similar to the decline seen earlier in the year between March and May, the bank said. Of course, if USDT is going up and USD is going down, or USDC is going down compared to USDT, it would imply that people are moving from USDC to USDT, at least to a certain extent. And it's a little bit hard to actually calculate this because they gave us a 10-day timeline on the increase of USDT, but they gave us basically almost a 2-month at this point decline on USDC. So comparing those numbers directly is very difficult at this time. I think that could have been, we could have gotten better numbers from that to actually extrapolate any sort of relevant information, because I don't feel like we can extrapolate any relevant information from that at this time. But what we are seeing, like I said, is kind of initially some good news in the way it's interacting, but because of the drop today, I think we start to see this start to come back, specifically when we're talking about leverage and margin calls, etc. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.